6 for the mental health awareness campaign that we're doing because we want to end off Mental Health Awareness Month with a bang. And I thought to bring my mentor, okay, my bestie, my person that I can call when I am doubting my content creation, my friend, Brittany, also known as, with her trademark, Dr. Fashion. Say
Yeah.
hello, Brittany.
Hey everyone. I'm excited. I'm excited about this live stream.
Oh, girl, I am too. And the reason I'm excited is because we get to talk content creation and mental health. Like those are my two favorite things together. Like,
Yes. Yes. It's
so
definitely a great topic for the awareness for the month.
oh yeah, and also thinking about just looking at the stats and how Gen Z is specifically struggling right now with their mental wellness and they don't really want to speak out about it. But
Yeah.
they are trying their best to advocate for themselves.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm really happy about this because a lot of content creators, from what I've seen, because I could be wrong, are part of the newer generation. And I think like this might help,
Yeah.
might. We never know.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm
so
excited.
So y'all, like yesterday, I told y'all I'm not Steve Harvey. I don't got the cards. I got my phone. My phone has my questions. So that's what I'm going to use to ask her some very, very good questions. And if you guys have questions for her, you can always drop them in the chat and I will be monitoring that as I can. Okay. So, Dr. Fashion, you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. First question. What are some warning signs of stress and anxiety for creators?
Mm. That is a good question. I would say some warning signs is definitely when you are consuming more than you are creating. There's a lot of creators that I work with where they get super stressed out and they're so focused on the good of other people where they're making their accomplishment and showing all these amazing great things online that they forget about themselves because they're comparing their life to what they see online. And oftentimes it's not even real, to be honest. You can put whatever you want on the internet and make it look good. So, that is definitely one. Also, creator block. It also deals with stress as well. I know I've dealt with that too within my 15 plus years of creating content. And there's been a lot of times where I had the ideas, but because I was just so stressed and I didn't have a proper way to detox, nothing got done. And so I've learned over the years the best practices to detoxing and taking breaks when necessary so I can get a lot of my work done. So those are just a couple things that we see in the creator space where a lot of people are not creating and it's blocking them from showing up for themselves.
I can see that. I can also say it's also it's the comparison trap and over analyzing, but
Yes.
it's also sometimes the burnout
Yep.
because they want to Gary V it or be a Mr. Beast. But Mr. Beast has a team.
He has a whole team,
He
and
has a
so does
team.
Gary V, which is
They
insanity.
have teams.
Yeah, it's crazy because you get these people that would tell you to create all this content, but they also have a team. And realistically, a lot of creators jumping into this don't have a team. They are the team. They're the voiceover, the editor, the videographer. They're the talent. They're the marketer. They're showing up for all these different parts, wearing all these different hats, and they get exhausted. So burnout is probably number one on that list for a lot of people.
I will say my hero. So my next question is: have you experienced burnout in your 15 years?
No, I have not, surprisingly. Not burnout. More so, the whole part of comparing myself to other people where I wasn't creating, you know? So for me, I time block everything. So that's why I haven't really experienced burnout. The way that I would schedule things for college, such as my homework, studying, that's how I did it for content creation. So if I knew if I had the weekend open for content creation and editing, then I would block out times for that. So that way I'm not getting exhausted with constantly creating content. And then I make time for fun time and me time. Like people always ask me, why are you at the movies by yourself? This is me time, honey. And why you invite me? This is me time. Did y'all not hear me?
M to the E.
Yes,
Me.
it's me time. And I need that because as a creator, and you'll start to realize this too, as you're going to more events, you're around people all the time. All the time. And sometimes I need to step away from that and just have some me time. So that's why I'll go to the movies by myself.
It makes sense. I didn't realize for me how bad I needed me time until I cut some things out my life, and I am so happy I can sing a every day. What? Like I'm so happy. Just
Yeah.
me taking care of myself. For me, it's not movies. It's acupuncture, chiropractor,
Yeah.
like massages. Like
Yep.
sometimes I go bougie. Recently, I went shopping because I just needed me time. Like not me husband, not me sister, not me mom,
Yeah.
me, Charente, by
Yeah.
herself. And I didn't realize how bad I needed it until I prescribed it to myself and actually did the prescription, because it's the thinking about it, but it's the failing to execute. Because I would think about it, but I would fail to execute, even though I have it on my calendar. I have food on my calendar. I have a lot of things on my calendar to make sure I'm taking care of me, but I will still forget myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I love that you have never experienced burnout. I love that you have stuck to your productivity to like stuff because not everyone sticks to the way that they are productive all the time. Somewhere along the way, maybe we start people pleasing.
Yeah.
Maybe we start trying to really, really think of others' needs before our own without thinking of ourselves. And then our productivity goes out the window. We forget the really important part, which is not just to execute, but it's also to do the resting.
Yeah.
Because like the highest performers, they rest too. Like if they don't rest, how can they have a refreshed brain to stay a top performer?
That is very true. That is very, very true. I know there was a time when I was challenging myself to up this is before short form content was around, before there was a TikTok and stuff. I was like, what if I did 5 videos a week, long form? And I wouldn't say I was burning out. I would say my audience was getting burnt out from me because it was too much content for them to consume. Obviously, now with shorts, you can do that because it's short. But when you have
Mhm.
these 5, 10+ minute long videos and you're showing up every single day and they're subscribed to other people, it's kind of hard to kind of keep up with just that one person. And you're hoping that you'll reach new people, but you have no full control of the algorithm, right? And once again, I wasn't burning out, but I think, well, not even I think, my audience just couldn't keep up with the amount of content I was dishing out. And so I'm very grateful that platforms like YouTube is pushing shorter video. Maybe.
It is helpful. It is
It
helpful.
is, yes, it is. So
So
it allows me to show up a little bit more without doing the long form because those do take hours to create.
sorry. I have so much stuff that still needs to be edited because the edit, I swear that's the longest part. Filming the raw footage, easy.
Easy.
Concept, easy. Follow the script, easy. All of it together with multiple shots that are from different angles. Why did I do that to myself?
See?
Like, just why? And I thought
Yeah.
captions and like things to make it like pop and engage the entire time. What?
Yep. I have tons of content. I was having this conversation with Percy. For those that don't know him, he goes by Diabetes Kitchen on YouTube. And I was like, I just put out a new video with BTS. But I was like, I made that video years ago and nobody ever seen it. And he was like, what? I said, yeah, but sometimes I create videos ahead of time and I don't put it out because I personally feel like it's not the proper time to release it. And when I do, it just blows up. So there's a lot of videos people have not seen. And I know if anything was to happen to me or when I get old and gray and I'm no longer here, my family have tons of content that they can share with the world because I got way too much footage.
I can feel that in the very depths of my soul, and I haven't even touched my footage, and I will
Yeah,
eventually when it's
yeah,
time.
it'll happen.
Because it'll happen. Like I literally can't do everything at the exact same time. Hey, Kels. I think Kaylee? Kelsey? I think it's
Isley?
Kelsey.
Kaisley?
Isley? Kaisley. Hey, hey, hey,
Hello.
hey, hey. Be mindful not to spam the chat. I will say that because you will get timed out, and we don't want to do that. I'm writing like Dr. Seuss. Oh snap! Uh, so my next question for you is: how can creators create a healthy work-life balance?
Yeah, this kind of goes back to what I was mentioning before with the time blocking. A lot of creators, some of them, when they're getting started, they kind of just show up and they do when time is right or when they have some free time. But what's going to help you is just making sure that you're kind of organized with everything, with content creation, work, if you're in school, and time with family. So I suggest creators that are getting started, or even if you're seasoned, you can get a Google Calendar. You can also use Notion, which is something I like to use to start just putting things on a calendar, and it will also allow you to figure out where you have some extra time to do extra activities for yourself. So that would be my advice to people.
I absolutely love that. Schedule in the time for you as you do to everybody else and appointments too. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I always
Mm.
make time for family. So some people, I mean, I've been doing this for so long. So some people think, oh, you never have time. They just make the assumption because I'm constantly uploading content. But trust me, my family, you guys will see the content, but most of the time I'm not even logged in. This is why the calendar is so valuable. Like I put everything on a calendar, and the great thing about a lot of these tools, they allow you to schedule things out where you can just upload it without even logging in. So there's been times where I needed to take a break, not more so for mental health, but also to just make sure I'm there for my family during the time where we had someone that passed away. And I'm like, I wasn't even thinking about content creation. Like, who's thinking about content creation when you just left a funeral? You know what I mean? Like, who's in that mood, in that mindset to be creating when you just went to three different funerals? Like, that's what happened to me last year. And people were seeing me show up every single day on social media, but I wasn't even logged in for like a month. So these are things you got to think about, when you are creating videos.
Batch recording, it can save
Absolutely.
lives, aka your life.
Yeah.
Because I know for me, I batch record. So yesterday, I batch recorded a couple of things.
Yeah.
Tonight, I'm gonna batch record some more. Mind you, y'all, I'm already scheduled out until next Saturday when it comes to shorts 3 posts a day.
Yep.
So I schedule things out because I schedule things out. I was allowed to go hang out with my mom on Saturday. I went to the Hoover Dam. I've never been there, and it was amazing. Got so
That's
much good
fun.
content, girl. There's gonna
Yeah.
be a vlog eventually.
I look forward.
Eventually. Um, but it was a fun experience. And then also on Sunday, I got to go and do something because I was already having the content. And the funniest thing is, I had a live while I was hanging out with people, but luckily they have a separate house. And I was able to go sit in that separate house and have a quiet environment to do that live.
I like that.
So you never know.
Yeah.
Being a content creator is so remote that I absolutely love it because you can literally be anywhere and upload as long as you have an internet connection and
Yeah.
maybe a phone.
Yeah.
Hey, Catnip. Hey, Lucas. Hey, Cece. I love how you said, hey, Cece.
I like that.
Um, okay, so, okay, we already talked about that. So, Dr. Fashion, I joined your Creator Life community, and the
Mhm.
reason I joined it is because I followed you, not like stalk you, but you show up constantly sometimes on certain platforms, and I met you on the Wisdom platform of all
Yeah.
things, not even on the
Yeah.
do this. And because I started implementing the things that she gave for free, I started seeing more success in my content creation journey to the point now where I have enough finances to afford her membership, which is not super expensive, but still it's a membership. It's
Yeah, yeah.
recurring. And I'm so thankful and grateful that one, you're still around. That's one because some people say, I'm a coach, I do this, and then they disappear like the next year. And you're like, but I thought you were a coach. Like, what happened? Where are you, bruh? Okay. So you didn't go nowhere. And I joined your club, your squad, if you will.
Yeah.
And my question to you
Mhm.
is why did you create Creator Lyfe? Because if I'm also not mistaken, your face was plastered on billboards because of YouTube and the Googles. I also remember that too. So I got questions for you, Dr. Fashion. I got
You are so
questions.
funny. Yeah, I created Creator Life. It actually started at YouTube facility. So I was teaching there and I did this amazing class. And it was probably my first class at their place in LA. And I just gave up like a bunch of information for free that people never talked about online. And I wasn't even thinking to film it to post it online. I just wanted to share this wealth of information. Sorry, I got a call. After that, I started to I started getting all these amazing
Give her a second, y'all. Technical difficulties at this
technical
time.
difficulties, man. They knew I was on
Okay.
a live stream.
I can't today. It's okay. You are good. You are featured. You were talking all your goodness to the people that you never like for all the things for the internet. That's where we left off. That's where we last heard you. You back? Okay. She doing things, y'all. She's doing things. So while she's doing things, I'm going to fill in the time with. I love this lady. I love her a lot. And if you want to know more about Creator Life besides what she's going to be talking about right now, you can head to her website, creatorlyfe.com. That's CeatorLyfe.com.
Oh my, I am back. That is wild. That
Hey,
is
welcome back.
I'm like not what people call it. And don't they know I'm on Charente's live
Well, the memo sometimes doesn't reach everywhere. I send it by carrier pigeon.
stream?
So sometimes, like, he gets lost. I'm hoping my carrier pigeon can come back to me, but I can only do so much.
Oh my gosh. Insane. Okay. So back to what I was saying before I was brutally interrupted. I created Creator Life because I was getting creators coming up to me asking me to manage them. And I realized how good I was at negotiating brand deals. A lot of these creators that had way more followers than me, they were making way less than me because they didn't know how to negotiate. They didn't have media kits. They didn't know how to do proper research for content creation. Essentially, they were just creating. And I think that's a lot of us when we're starting. We create like a creator, but we don't think like a business, right? And I was thinking like a business and they needed help. And I think when we're creators, we're not thinking about trying to be the attorneys and the negotiator and the manager. That's just too much. You just want to show up on camera, and that's a lot of work itself. And so I had to think about it for a minute. But when I was thinking about what this business name would be, I came up with Creator Life. And so it started like that and it just expanded over time. But initially, that's how it started by my attendees coming up to me asking me to manage them.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
I one lady told me back in my day. She said that when you do a market test, if you have a whole bunch of people say, "I want to pay for this," you should listen to them. You should listen to them. And I think that was some very wise advice because that's exactly what it sounded like with you. They came up and said, "You know what? I think I can make some more money from this. You know what? Let me do something." But I can say this is that you actually care, and two is that you have content houses. Can you tell us more about those?
Yeah, I'm actually at one right now, so you might hear a little echo because we are moving out. We're moving into a bigger space, but we have essentially these content homes, physical homes that creators can utilize to create content where we provide you with all the equipment you need. So if you don't have a camera, lights, backdrops, If you don't have mics, we provide all of that for you, including computers. And when I was creating the content home, I was thinking about where I was before I was making money. I couldn't afford to rent out a studio. I didn't have the money to do it, to be honest. And I know people be like, well, you can make it happen. Like, no. I was on my last dollar trying to pay the phone bill so I could record the content. So I understand what it feels like to be on your last dollar and to also have a negative in your bank account where you literally cannot afford anything. And so when I was creating the content home, I wanted to make sure that it was priced at a reasonable price, but also I wanted to give extra perks to people that join my membership. So it's like if you're part of Creator Life, then you don't have to pay to use the studio. You can use it for free as far as your membership.
I will say I love it only because y'all, if you wonder what couch I was on in my intro video, that was recorded at Creator Life. Okay. And I have more videos to that. I just video
Yes.
editing. I told y'all it takes a
You was
minute.
knocking them
I'm just gonna look
out
at you.
back to back to back. You was killing it with the content.
Child, I said I'm leaving at 11. And what time did I leave?
Ooh,
11.
after yeah, you did. You did. The first time we just lost track of time with me, you, and Percy, and it was like 1 or something. It was really
My
late.
husband blew my phone up and said, "Girl, were you? Where are you?" And this is one thing that I have to work on as a person is communicating. Sometimes
Mhm.
over communicating because I lost track of time. It wasn't even intentional. It wasn't even intentional, man.
Yeah.
So it's all goodness. And I will say she has the professional stuff, so the Canons of the world, like the $500, $600 light systems in the world, like the Rovercaster thingy mabobber. Okay, the Rodecaster. That thing is like I think $700 by itself. Like so the really expensive stuff, the good quality you can get, which is I think a really cool deal when if you don't have it like that. And I personally
Yeah.
like it because I wanted to learn more about lighting. And because I got to watch you move things around, I could understand more of what you were talking about when you told me 3-point lighting, Charente. And I'm like, girl, what the heck is 3-point lighting? Like, I know there should be a light here, and that's all I know. What are we talking about?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's so many great equipments that we have to just make a creator content look and sound better. But at the end of the day, having your phone is all you need to get started. But if you have extra funds, then, definitely feel free to like upgrade your equipment because people do notice. And I would say, even with like my audio, because when I first started, you can hear me, it was cool. But now that I have a mic, it's just crystal clear. And people always ask me, I'm not really into podcasting or anything, but I'm just curious, what do you use for your audio? Like they're taking notice, right? So I think it's very important.
I absolutely love, like I said, I love the content home, makes me happy. So I'm excited to see where you go next. And because Trent has been willing and dealing to record at other places because there are certain things I'm looking for. So I'm hoping this next place has a pool. That's just a personal
Absolutely.
preference, but we'll see.
That's a must.
Okay, I was like, because it's Vegas and it's hot, y'all. I think it's at 102 today.
Ooh.
Craziness,
I'm in California, so
craziness.
we're in the 70s right now in California.
Oh blessings,
I
oh
know. I'm like, I'm so
blessings.
cool because I want to go to the beach, but it's kind of chilly out here.
Don't you don't want to come out here? It's hot, hot. I have a PSP, the same, or I don't know exactly what you mean. Invincity. Hey, Marcus. And
Hey, Adrian,
hey,
Marky.
Adrian. Just want to make sure I say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
Hmm. What are some more here? What are some do more hacks for busy creators to get the most out of their workflow?
Some hacks to get the most out of their workflow.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, can you see? I'm looking at the comment.
Hey, All Star Kid. I got you. I got you.
Yes,
You're like, wait.
we'll definitely check the comments and make sure you guys are shouted out for sure. Some hacks to get the most. Now you gotta repeat the question because I'm over here distracted by the chat.
You good, and you welcome, All-Star Kid, you welcome. Um, what what are some hacks for, busy creators to get the most out of their workflow? Like, what should they do more of, kinda thing?
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't really call them hacks, but more so utilizing a lot of the free tools that are available to make your life easier. For instance, there's so many different AI tools, and I'm not saying to use it to do the work for you, but more so to have an extra hand or to have some guidance. And this is a problem with a lot of creators when they come up with the ideas, but they don't know how to execute it. So, utilizing the tools that we have available in the palm of our hands now that can help you get to work. Even with a lot of these calendars, if your mind is all over the place, all you have to do is just put whatever is on your mind and it will organize it for you. Like Adobe Express can organize some things for you and put it on a calendar for you the right way. And we've used those tools too. There's a lot of tools I like to use that are free that can help, but those are just a couple that I feel like people should check out just to make their life easier.
I will here, I will agree with that because I was talking and you're like, "Okay, ChatGPT," and I started busting up
I'm
laughing,
dying.
y'all. Because your girl did use it. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I did use it. It does help me, but I realized that I'm not a script girly. I'm
Yeah,
really not, unless I'm doing my Affirmation Station Show podcast. Other than that, I need bullet points, and I just
yeah.
need to be able to free talk it because I have tangents. ChatGPT wants me to say something specific. I have tangents. I can't do it. I had to keep re-recording. I'm like, this could have just been one flow if I would have just gave myself bullet points. So no, if you need to be force fed all your lines, or you can
Mhm.
free flow it and
Yep,
then do a bullet point because you got to know you. What works for me might not work for you, or what works for Dr. Fashion might not work for you. But
right.
figure out what combination does. Um, and I can also say that Adobe is not a free platform. So this is maybe for someone seasoned.
Yeah, it used
Okay,
to
but it is a software that I would recommend you play with, from the Adobe Firefly to the Illustrator to even the Puppeteer if you're thinking about going into animation, and Adobe
Mhm.
Express. They have made things so easy that I'm like, I made a video and somehow, some way it ended up on their Slack. Somehow, some way I ended up on their internal podcast.
Oh yeah.
I didn't expect that, but they convinced me at those demo events. That's I will say. Also, look in your local area to see if there's any creator events as well,
Yes.
especially if they're free, 99 free. Say hi. Say what to do though. Don't let imposter syndrome stop you from executing. If you're running a little bit late, still show up anyway.
Hmm.
Still show up anyway.
Yeah, those events are great. You never know who you're going to meet. Even if it's not another creator, it could be a company, a brand that you've been wanting to work with for years. We can send emails all day, but it's different when you get to build that relationship and connection in person. They get to see your face, they get to look in your eyes, and they can make the decision right then and there if they want to work with you. We get that all the time. So, just something to think about. Make sure you guys are networking and seeing what's available in your areas. There's tons of websites that you can use to do that, like Eventbrite, and even Facebook have some
Mhm.
places you could check in your local community to see what's in your area.
Oh yeah. Hey, oh my gosh. Heine Klein,
Hey,
Dr.
Klein.
Fashion. Is it Klein? I think it's Klein.
Yeah,
And you're welcome, Lovey.
and Shamik
Hello,
and
Shamik, and hello,
Sterniolo. Sterniolo.
Sterniolo Edits. And yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. I've been actually doing what she told me to do, which means I've been doing community posts. And my
Mhm.
besties have been saying that they really want to start content creation and they didn't know where to start. So that's why I was really, really happy to bring you on today, because you're the reason why I'm able to still be in the content creation after, like, I think it's been almost 4 years. That's wild.
Yeah, I want to say
Wild.
also congratulations on reaching 20,000 plus because your numbers just keep going up every time I refresh. I'm like,
Uh,
dang, she was just at 18,000 when you ended your stream. with Sierra the other night, and then I look and I said she had 20,000 plus. You might be at 21K right now. I mean, the numbers are growing really fast, but I wanted to congratulate you on that because that's an amazing milestone. And you said you wanted to reach 100K. I mean, you getting real close. The way you moving with
Hey,
these numbers.
hey, okay. It's these remixes, y'all. And I get like people come for the people that use green screen, but me actually taking the time to react to stuff. One, I just want to address something really fast, and maybe she
Yeah.
can attest with me. When you green screen someone else's content, you are not stealing it if you are adding value to the video and not just looking at it, being quiet, and doing just miming. That is not really adding value. So that's
Mhm.
just one. Two is that you're actually marketing the other person's page because their video is linked to your video. And people can go back to the original video, like their stuff, and subscribe to them. So you're
Mhm.
doing free promotion for other channels as well. So I just want you to know that it's not stealing when you transform it because that is the bylaws, if I'm not mistaken, of the YouTubes. Is that correct? Or am I
That is
wrong?
correct. That is definitely correct.
Okay.
And it's just a cool way to collaborate with someone that may not be in your area, or it might be your favorite YouTuber. Just a cool way to increase the content that you already have on your channel.
Absolutely. And that doesn't mean that you can't create your own shorts as well to link back to your own long form,
Hmm.
because that also is a thing as well. It's called related videos, but you have to like, there's like a verification process when you're a brand new YouTube channel. So I will throw that one out there.
Yes. Yep.
Do you remember when you did that GG chat green screen? I do. I do. Okay. So this one, let me describe what this is. So this is a dude being like a strong dude, and he like busted up like Sprite. He ate the zucchini, but he had to have the cucumber chopped up. He also this dude was he was doing the most. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. He was doing the most, and please know when I do reactions, it's literally the first time I'm seeing the entire video
Hmm.
while you guys are seeing me. It's a real reaction, so I'm just like, that don't make no sense. Here. So I do remember, and that's just to give you context of
Okay.
whatever they're
That
talking
sounds like
about.
something Percy probably done too. That's interesting. I'm going to check that one out.
Oh yeah, I will say one thing that I do is keyword research when it comes to content creation and figuring out what I'm actually going to make a video about, because from what Brittany has taught me, YouTube is a search engine, much
Yeah.
like Google. So you want to make sure you know what key terms are currently trending or having a higher volume where you can rank a little bit better. That's very businessy, but that's the easiest way I can describe
That's
it.
the best way to describe it. Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, speaking of ranking, if you guys type in what's the keywords again, you're gonna be the top search result. It's the coffee mug one. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How to
Oh
make a
yeah.
custom coffee mug. I will pop up on Google and other search engines because people think Google is the only one, but it's not. There's a lot of different search engines, and I'm really big on ranking online off of social media.
And if I'm not mistaken, you have done majority of your work or all your work organically, if I'm not mistaken too.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yep. For the last 15 plus years, it's been all organic. And it's crazy because I never really thought about either boosting or running ads for more visibility. I always just had this tug and war with the algorithm, fighting back and forth, like, please show me to other people. The last resort in my head was not let me spend money to reach more people. As a business, it makes sense. But in my head, I'm like, let me just make better content. And that's what I've been doing for the last years.
I love that. I will say I have boosted content and I have no shame in my game
There's nothing
because
wrong
I
with
was
that.
like, I want no, here, I'll say at the very beginning, it was like stocks for me. I'm gonna be honest and real with y'all. I was being silly and I didn't know what I was doing. So I was like just shooting at the wall, like, I don't know how to campaign. I don't understand this, but Facebook ads, I should figure this out. Google ads, I should figure this out. Y'all, that is not for the faint of heart, and you will need to take time to understand it because
Yeah.
you will lose money, like lots of money, if you don't know what you're doing. So I
Very true.
will throw that one out there.
Yes. Very true.
I'm just gonna be real. Thank you so much, All-Star Kid. And hello to Amadou? Amadou, I think.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I say people's names appropriately because I know my name is Charente, and people are like, "How do you say your name?"
Right.
Oh my god! And Google said, "You know what? Let me get in this. Let me get in this. I'll say that
Oh my
next."
God.
Okay,
Too
I
funny.
love my phone. Okay. So, okay. So, how can content creators use content creation as a form of self care?
Um, oh wow, you and these hard questions.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, for one, it's hard to make it a form of self-care if you don't care about content creation. So there's some creators that I've encountered where they don't care about content creation, they just want to make money. And those are the creators that tend to not make it past year one. So for one, if you really want to do this for the long haul, you definitely got to enjoy content creation, but also kind of going back to what I was saying before, making sure you're organized, that you're time blocking, making time for yourself. That is going to be very, very important moving forward, so you're not burning out, you're not getting stressed out, and you're not having creator block because your mind is so clouded with things. I think that's going to be important. The other thing too is kind of going back to the AI tools. We have AI now that can also plan out our entire week. So I get some clients where they just got a lot going on. And at the end of the day, my job is to help them execute with content creation. I am not a life coach, and I make that very clear. You might need to seek other help for those different areas in your life. But with AI, it can plan out your entire week just to clean up what your day to day will look like and implement content creation into that, where you also have self care and time for content so that you are not going crazy. And, because I've seen it. But those are like a couple things that I would say creators definitely need to be doing in 2024. It's going to help you a lot.
I absolutely love that. I will also add in here is that for me last week, because I was like, I gotta go live on the TikTok Talks because I got samples. So let me go live. And after I was done going live, I wore the items
Yeah.
and I started painting. And I started singing songs and all. I was doing my whole little self care on live because I was like, this is still content creation, but I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to paint. I'm going to create right now because this is like how I calm my mind down. I like coloring. I like playing like those bejeweled games or like
Hmm.
a quick word game. And that is just sometimes enough. And more recently, I went a little bit extra.
Oh,
Try Jesus, not me today. I'm gonna say that to the people that are gonna say something. But Charente got a rebounder and a walking pad, aka I got a trampoline and a treadmill. Okay, I'm excited to be in my living room now. Okay, walking and looking at the TV,
hmm.
envisioning like I'm in a park or something because it's hot out here. It's hot in Vegas. So I don't want to burn. I don't want to melt. I don't want to wake up at the boom cracks of the morning. Okay, to go and walk in the darkness by myself. No. I want to make sure I still take care of myself because I found for me is that walking creates space within me
Yeah.
for me to be actually able to create more. Like I don't know if it's something about walking. Maybe I'm processing while I'm walking. I don't know. But after I have a good walk in, like 10 minutes, I feel like I can create worlds. Worlds, I tell you. Book worlds, comic worlds, whatever world we were talking about here. Like I feel more creative after exercising. So I wanted to make sure that I have no excuse as to why I'm not getting anything done,
Yeah,
and I'm bringing more things in my house to do just that.
I like that a lot. The
Hey,
same
Emmy,
here.
is it Emmy? And hi, Cameron. Hi, I think it's also Jenna Salas.
Slays. Jenna slays.
Oh, slays. This is why I have you, because you have eyesight too, and sometimes mine is like a little iffy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Yeah, I
not
had to
trying to be
just.
rude.
It's funny because we had to bring our face up just a little close.
I'm just like, hi. We're closer. Jesus.
Oh my.
Okay. Let's see here. So my question to you is: we've been to a couple events together. Okay. We have
Hmm.
another event coming up together.
Well, you
My
do, not
Oh,
I.
you're not you?
No,
Okay,
I'm
I
in
have
the
another
process
event.
of moving out of all the homes, so I'll be busy. Wink.
Mm, it's okay though. It's
Yeah,
okay. I'll see her another time.
I made sure that people in Creator Life is going to meet up with you at the at VidCon.
Thank you so much, y'all. See, she's looking out, and I don't even know she's looking out for me.
Because it's your first time, so I want to make sure they show you where you got to go and then bring you to the right people because it's a really big space. So, you don't want to be all over the place.
I don't want to. I really don't. I've been there. I've done that. Nav was wild. Not as wild CES, but it was wild still. And good night to All Star Kid, sweet dreams,
And
and
happy
happy
early,
birthday.
yeah, happy early birthday.
hmm So I will say, okay, I'm okay with that because I have to come out to California soon anyway for something else.
Yeah,
So I'll be out there. I'll be
that's
is
perfect.
what I can say. What? I'm thinking right now. Okay, so I want to help the seasoned content creators. Okay, so let's talk brand deals really fast
Mhm.
and gifted versus paid, and when can it happen if they want to get paid and they've only been doing gifted. hmm
So I have people in Creator Life that don't really use social media and they thought they couldn't get a brand deal because they don't use social media. But a lot of people think that brands will only pay them and gift them stuff if they're visible online, but that's not true. So you could literally have 0 followers and still get paid. We've done it. We have the social proof. But it's more so what are you doing outside of social media that would bring value to the company. So for one of our members, she did bakery. She did a lot of pastries for people in her community, whether it's churches, nonprofits. These are things that aligned with products that Michael have, right? If you guys ever been to Michael's, they have things for baking and crafting. So these are partnerships that you can have where it could be paid, but she presented herself as a business as opposed to a creator. So there's different ways to go about it. You just gotta show up the right way, and you shall receive. So just to be
it
clear,
makes
you
sense.
don't always have to take free stuff, but if that's all they're offering and it financially makes sense, I would say take it. For when I first started a brand that I was working with, they reached out to me and I didn't really ask them for money. The reason why is because I was about to buy what they were giving me for free in the first place. So it costed over $1,000, but because they gave it to me for free, I just saved 1,000 and I made money on the content. So for me, that's the situation that financially made sense. And then I
That
had
makes
affiliate link.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you always make sure you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I said I'll be paying attention to you. I'll be paying attention to you. That's why I was like, girl.
Yeah.
Um. Ooh. The question came up, and then it said
You left.
bye so fast and so furious. Like it felt like Vin Diesel was here. Um. So sorry. I make jokes, and it's not sometimes the best timing. Okay. Hey, Amaya. I think that's how you say your name, love.
I'm trying to understand their comment, but I'm not going to understand it.
Oh, I'm not too worried about it because, I'm not worried about that. I just
The internet is funny.
oh,
I love the
the
internet.
internet's funny, and one person said some good word today.
Mm.
They said, "Ooh, I'll be right back. I have it on a sticky note. You know me and my
Oh.
sticky notes. I write things
Ooh.
down. Be right back.
Uh-oh.
Wrong sticky note. Right sticky note. Perfect. That's what I said. I got sticky notes, y'all. One says, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. That was a word
I like that.
that I had to write it down because I was like, that was goodness right there. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Especially, I will say, building community in your comment section sometimes can feel hard, especially when you deal with comments that make no sense to the topic at hand or that was discussed or that are calling you names,
Yeah.
okay, that are very derogatory.
Yeah.
And they're hidden, but they're not hidden at the exact same time. And one thing that I can say is I got some goodness from one of the creators in your community. I
Mm.
believe her name is Whitney, Keep Up Radio.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, and she told me to thank them for their comment and supporting the channel because that they're still supporting the channel, even if it's not a comment that you're very like happy with.
Yeah. I would definitely I agree to that. It just some comments they don't deserve to have any shine. So they go bye-bye.
Oh yeah, I delete them. My favorite buttons: report, block, and delete, and
Yeah.
hide, and hide.
Yes. That for sure. That's my favorite one. You be talking to
Hmm.
yourself the whole time.
Can see it.
I'm
I can
like,
see it
God,
now.
just putting all the comments and it's going through so they think everybody else can see it. And I'm like, I'm the only one can see it. It's hidden.
It makes sense. And I will say for your mental health, know that whatever's in your comment section really isn't about you. It's
Mm-hmm.
about how they're perceiving the world, and their perspective truly is their perspective. And you do not need to take on their perspective or take on the feelings that they're trying to send your way.
Yeah.
I can say that. Because if you just focus on the negative, what about all the positive people that are trying to pour into you? So be mindful of how you spend your time in your comment section, fostering that community, because that's one thing I really love about TikTok. Not TikTok. I really liked it about TikTok, and then TikTok changed into
Yeah.
like more shopping. I will say that I really love that about TikTok, and then I was like, you know what, y'all doing too much. I'm gonna go to YouTube because I actually felt seen.
Yeah.
I felt seen and I felt heard and understood, especially at that YouTube Creator Collective event that you had out here in Vegas. Just to be able to be around a whole bunch of content creators in my city. One was wild because I didn't realize we were all here.
Right.
That was one. Two, it was before that feeling like an imposter, but still showing up anyway and on time
Yeah.
with someone that I could showed up with my therapist of a mom. And I was happy, okay? Because
Yep.
she had to talk me out of those negative thoughts on the way there. And if I'm not mistaken, you said you didn't even know that I was having moments.
I didn't. You came showing up, you look confident, you was talking to everybody. You made sure to connect and exchange contacts with everybody. I would have thought you were already doing a bunch of creator events in Vegas, but it was funny that a lot of creators didn't even know they lived around a corner from each other, that they were nearby. And I'm like, it's crazy because I know majority of y'all, but y'all didn't know y'all live near each other. So it was really cool to be able to bring everybody together in one space and just have a good time and eat real good.
It was, y'all, they kept giving us so much food that we're like, I thought you were done.
I
I thought we
know
were done. I thought we got to choose from the list. Not that was the list of food being served. I didn't
everything
know.
on the table.
Like, it was so good. And hey, Cereal Bowl, that's an awesome name. Delicious. I love cereal. It's
Y'all.
nutritious. Okay, in my mind. Uh Ooh, now I'm thinking. Sorry, I'm having a whole moment. Please tell me you've seen Is It Cake?
No,
Have
is
you?
that video?
It's no, it's a TV show. I think it's on
Oh,
Netflix, and it's called Is It Cake? And it's amazing artists that are good at the cakeness,
I
but it's
figured.
literally cakes, and they
Yeah.
look hyper realistic.
Yeah.
And earlier today, I saw one, and he cut through the cereal. It was so beautiful. It was like a strawberry cake.
Oh no.
I think I'm frozen.
It's a black screen.
Now it's a black screen. At least you guys can hear me. Hey ho, we go. I'm frozen. I'm
I like
frozen.
I
What?
like how
What?
I was freezing a little bit, then your shit went black.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how life happens. And you know, like you just improvise. Like even on a black screen,
Absolutely.
I can still talk.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Audio on point. Let's
Ah,
go.
hey, that's what you have to do because I don't know what happened. I know Wi-Fi wasn't on, so let me turn Wi-Fi on and see if I can, like, unfreeze myself.
Okay.
Like freeze yourself. I'm frozo.
Freeze yourself.
Where's my super suit?
Can you see the chat and me? Or is
I
it
can see the
okay?
chat and I can see you. I'm
Got you. Okay. And hey
was
Natalie.
like, hey Natalie, hey, it happens to the best of us. I wing it.
Yeah,
Okay, I wing it.
let's go.
Um, because I'm like, I'm not done with Dr. Fashion. We have a few more minutes. Oh, if you guys have any questions about content creation, she is that girly. She is that girly. And if I'm not mistaken, you shared this also publicly that you did make the million mark before. You didn't want to tell nobody though, because it was around the time of the pandemic. Is that right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely have made seven figures on my YouTube channel. And when I hit that number, as you mentioned, it was during the pandemic, as you would like to say. And it wasn't something I wanted to share with other people because it was during a hard time for everyone in the world, right? People had family members passing away, losing their jobs, no stream of income. It was just a mess. So I kept it to myself for a long time. And as I was working low key, I was investing into real estate. And that's one of the reasons why I'm in Vegas and then also in California. I started building up the business with the money I was making from my YouTube channel. So, in my mind, if I made this money when I was younger, I probably would have got a Lamborghini and some Jordans. My mindset is so different now. I'm just like, how can I retire and be okay in the next like 3 to 5 years? So I made sure I had that all set up. And then as far as real estate, when I was thinking about the pandemic and people losing their homes, that's why I invested in real estate. I said, what is one of the biggest burdens for people in America? And that's housing. We have so many homeless people because they cannot afford housing. So if I could buy a home where I don't have to worry about a mortgage, then why not? So that's why I wanted to invest in real estate. And I wanted to create a safe space for other creators like myself. So it wasn't all about me. It was more so opening up my home to other creators that enjoy what I do. And it's been great. And I've been doing it for the last 10 plus years, opening up homes for other creators. And when we get together, we work. We don't just be hee hee
Oh,
ha
honey.
ha, and we work.
It's you put your stuff down and then you get the microphone out, you get the camera out, you get the lighting out, you sit down, you do what you do. If you're professional, that means you brought a suitcase of clothes too. Bring a suitcase of clothes because she was like, "You sure? Are you ready?" Right? I was like, I got my outfit
Yeah,
changes. Let me go to the bathroom right quick. Let me go change.
yeah.
Okay.
Working, and I love that because there would be days where I just feel kind of lazy. Like I'm like, oh, I want to create content, but I don't feel like getting up. But when I'm around other people and they're pushing me to just create, and then I see them creating, I don't want to be the one sitting down being lazy, right? So it actually gets me excited to create when I'm around other people.
Girl, same. That's why I like co-working spaces so
Yeah,
much. Is like I get so much done, but sometimes I'm a talker. You know that, so I get caught up. and I feel like Usher, and then I have it bad. It's just, and then I feel like I got to burn. Like it's just
Oh my
bad, y'all. It's
god.
just all bad. So for me, have to figure out how to balance the two of co-working spaces.
Mhm.
And for me, I can listen to a podcast, and that's still as productive for me as being in a room with other people
Yeah.
at the exact same time. So I figured out that there's a healthy balance of both, because even being in audio spaces with other people is sometimes peopling for me. And sometimes I hit my max like mental capacity and I'm like, can't do it. I need to just be myself. Cocoon. Bye bye. I'll be a butterfly. Okay, I'll figure it out. I'll come back. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fly like a bird. You know me. I'm silly.
Yes. Yes. But I like
Uh,
that. I like it. And yeah, co-working spaces. I mean, I never, because there's memberships where you can join co-working spaces and stuff. But I think what's interesting about what I've started is we're working, we're learning from each other. Nobody's gatekeeping. We're collaborating, and also we're having conversations about the future. So kind of going back to what I mentioned with the retirement, a lot of creators don't even have that set up. Like they're making money from the content, but they haven't even thought that far ahead. Because if you are planning on doing this for the next 20 plus years, that's great. But can you retire off the money that you have made? So those are conversations we're having. Also protecting our IP. Like most of us in our community have a trademark for our YouTube channels. We also have patents. Like these are the conversations we are having. And as we're making the money, we're talking about investing, real estate, stock. Like we're talking about this, and it's just amazing.
oh yeah. And I can say is that I love it because also it's all about also take the time to research. Don't
Yeah.
just believe what I have to say.
Yeah,
Research
that's
for yourself. Please,
mhm.
child. Don't make a mistake because I didn't tell you the entire process, so you need to understand the process.
Yes.
So I will also throw that one out there. So if you think, oh, I could just run, no, walk with
Mhm.
it. As in a walk to the Googles and the YouTubes and the official sources and figure out if it really is something that is within your wheelhouse or something that you want to learn more about to make it into your wheelhouse
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I will say that too because she really is all about research. Research, 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 Pinterest research, TikTok research, Instagram research,
All
research.
the platforms.
All of them, every last one of them. And I can say is that if you also want to book Dr. Fashion for a consultation, you can also head to creatorlyfe.com, which is CEATORLYFE.com.
Well, you're missing an
Okay.
R. CRE.
Oh, see, this is why I have you. Okay, right here.
Just creator. Creator and then Lyfe.com. She
Yes.
had it. She got it.
Hmm.
She missed her R.
I did, and that's why I was like, I should maybe should have wrote it down. Okay, so I'd be like, just here. Okay, but you
Yep.
never know. But I will say, I just thank you for all that you've poured into me. I thank you for all that you have and continue to pour into me, and building the community that feels safe. Like, not a lot of creator communities feel safe, and it's because it feels like it's literally you're going in for competition,
Yeah.
and you are just a number, and you really don't matter at the end of the day. And your community doesn't feel like that. It feels very inviting. They've been super helpful, especially when I've had the questions when you weren't available. It's been
Yeah.
really nice to be able to ask others, and they're so freely giving of the information. I can say that. And that's not just to hype her up. Please know I spent money and then I've had to do chargebacks because the person lied to me.
Oh my.
So I say this from a place of I have been burned before, and she has not burned me at all. She's given me factual information, and I'm in communities that I would not be in without knowing her at all. I need y'all to know at all, like at all. A T space ALL at all. Okay, cool. Making sure y'all understood that. So I really greatly appreciate her. Where can they follow you, my love?
Yeah. Well, I'm on my YouTube channel, Dr. Fashion. So if you just type up Dr. Doctor and then fashion, you'll find me. And then if you type that up on Instagram, even though that's not my handle, it's in my bio. So I should pop up for you guys. And also you can just Google me. The name is trademarked. So
Mhm.
drfashionofficial.com. All my websites are there. You'll be able to see the content because you mentioned it earlier, like the billboards that YouTube did for me last year. And that was an amazing experience and opportunity to be seen by the same city that I put a lot of my money into to open up spaces for creators. So it was really cool.
I thought it was neat because I know where that is, and I'm just like I'm flabbergasted because I didn't know we could get up there. So it
Look,
was nice, just
I
like
was mind blown. I mean, because for one, they have some of the biggest stars performing at the SoFi Stadium, and they also had my billboard at YouTube theaters. So it wasn't just one place, and they didn't tell me they were going to have over 10 billboards. So I was thinking one, and I was happy with one. I was like, wow, one billboard. This is amazing. Never been on a billboard before, so I was happy. But when I went down there, I said, "What?" I was all down that block. It was like, whoa. And I'm like, if I paid for that, that would have been a lot of money.
LA, y'all. Okay, I need y'all to know context. LA expensive. I need y'all to really know LA is expensive for
Super.
parking. Ranges from $4 to which means I need to describe this. $4 parking means your car has a high possibility it's gonna get scratched. Real high possibility because the parking spaces are so thin, it's ridiculous. To $30, depending on if you out in the Orange County, $50 to $60 for parking. Context, okay?
Yeah,
And
crazy.
that's not we're not even talking ads and billboards. So I was very happy for her because I was like, that's to me like super big. Like I love that for you. And I love you so very much. And I just want to thank you for coming with me on live because this is literally part of a creator challenge that she's put on through her Facebook group where she is challenging us as content creators to show up once once a week or a couple of times a month, okay, if I'm not mistaken. And I decided to go crazy this week and do like 6 in a row. Um, yeah, I just my life.
Yeah, you
She
going
different.
ham. You going ham. I'm
Yeah, I'm going ham, but everyone that's coming on here is either someone I've met through her community or I know personally.
right.
And tomorrow, I actually am going to have Justin from Justin Robert Ventures come on, and you'll need your yoga equipment because we're going to be doing some stretches, some breath work, and talking also about mental health and wellness as a creator when it comes to taking care of your temple, also known as your physical body. So stay tuned for tomorrow at 7 p.m. Here on Wednesday. Okay, that's Wednesday. Okay, cool. On here at Pacific time because I'm really excited to do that with him
Mhm.
as I met him off the fan base. Like I met him off another app that y'all probably don't even know of, but it's
Right.
there. It exists. But I met him there, and I'm excited to do a collaboration with him. And we after that we have 2 more people, and it's gonna be a wrap, y'all. It's gonna be a wrap, like a person.
I'm
So,
excited. I'm gonna be tuned in.
oh, I love it, and I thank you for all your help in the moderation space too, because I see you. I see you, girl. You've been doing a lot, and I love it, and I appreciate it because she really is there. She's someone that shows up, and I have so much appreciation for this girl, this lady, this woman. Okay, right next to me. All the love, y'all. All the love. I love you guys each to infinity and beyond. Please know that you're more than enough. I am proud of you. I appreciate you, and you really are the bestest. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. And ta ta.
Hey
Bye.
everyone.